All right. Pop Greater Blessing, candied apple, cider, pop that. I didn't pop my cider yet because I'm gonna wait for the cooldown for my relic a bit because it's 2-minute cooldown. Already charged the relic all the way, and then once this cooldown's over, I'll start entering so that I can use the relic again towards the end of my Culvert. I don't know if that's the best way to do it on like Pathfinder, but I mean, I'm just doing what I think works. Okay, now I'm gonna pop my cider, turn on my familiars, right? All right. Yeah, work tomorrow. I'm gonna head off to bed here. All right, sounds good, Nick. Catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Fortunate thing is I don't really use like any Monster Park potions, even though I should. I mean, it should be fine, right? Trying to get my max stacks. Just gonna blast through this stage. I think this is roughly where I was last week. All right, I need to take a quick phone call. I will be right back. Okay. It's a quick call from my mom just to tell me things I already knew about. Let's go check my G skills. Everything's off cooldown. Cool. Okay, quick gear review. Got my totems. One line decks sometimes. Nodes. familiars. Okay. Now, just gonna go to Zach real quick. 3275 chair, got my freezers. Okay. There we go. All right, here we go. Starting with Akechi. No DR. Dang it. Can't tell which way he wants to go. Wait, did I forget to turn on familiars? Yeah, I did. Forgot my fams. Shit. Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna die here. Oh, okay. I'm out. Much longer than I would have expected. I probably should have like did a bind at the beginning. Iframe. That's a lot more than I would have wanted to be in his little realm. Okay. 4 minutes for first part. First phase. Gotta wait for my burst to come back up though. seconds. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. I'm stuck. Ooh, shit. I didn't die somehow. I'm about to die here, though. But key.
It's a mix of this shit stirred up out in the background scene, looking like the dog got in the trash, fading back away, a nigga tryna pop in the bag, catch a microwave, I forgot to splash when I cash out, blackout, trapped out my dad house, Jim Carrey the DVD, I pull a mask out, lunchtime grilling, get a pack mad loud, hit a play, run a route, I might pull a map out, I ain't jump off the porch, nigga I flew, who with the
Really?
3 letters need to, I got
Gotta dodge him.
where my mama be sick, funeral flu, if you know, you know, and if you knew, you knew, you get to rap into it, and it's cute to fool, I don't know what you talking about, who is you, I got a year to kill, and that's including you, like woo, I chew, I think I got the bird flu, my Benjamin's crying, they blue, I hide it in my sock, in the sock, in the shoe, and then I put the pedal to the metal like I'm robbing a forest, a nigga go from stealing granny whip to the Forbes list, pockets from chubby to enormous, gorgeous, shooting for the stars, I
Oh my god, it's Mark. Yep. I'm here for Pathfinder bossing. Ah, DR. Wonderful. Almost got him. It's a long fight, but soon. Missed my tornado. Ah, DR again. It's a much longer fight than... Wait, did I even put links on? That's a good question. I don't know if I put links on. I need to check after this. Because usually this should have been like a 7-minute or so fight. Oh, I forgot I put on any links. Nice. Nice job, Jay. Alright. No wonder it took so long. Alright, let's just put those on real quick. Jay kinda hot? That's crazy, Jackie. No, you. Links mod check? Yeah. You know, that's funny. I thought I was fine. I thought I had my links on. I was wondering why Akechi took so long, because it should have been like roughly 2 or 3 bursts for me to kill all of it. And it took me almost like a whole 10 minutes. At least I know I can kill Akechi without without having to deal with my Lynx hat being on. I'm broke? Why are you broke, Jackie? Why I have so much spell traces? It's from, some of it's from farming, some of it's from spell mastery books, and I told myself I'm not going to sell them until before shining. The day before shining, I'm going to sell all my spell traces. Because my bossy mules ate them on DMT. Why'd you spend so much on DMT? I feel like DMT is a nice event to have, but pushing too hard is like not even that worth. I only spent like, I think 7.5 bill. Okay, let me double check. Did my Czak? Did my Akechi? Okay, so I should have my full burst now. So I'm just gonna go and go to Hard Magnus actually. There we go. Oh, accidentally did easy. Let me go back. Okay. Let's go back and pop another cider. Okay, here we go. Hard Magnus. How much Meso if you sell all of them? That is a good question. I actually don't know. Oop. Okay. I'll have Spirit Freedom, it's fine. Easy. Easy clap. Okay. Let's see, but yeah, once I figure out how, you know, I don't even know how many like rows I got. I just keep throwing spell traces into my Pathfinder. It's kind of like my storage mule right now. So that's how I've been just handling it. Okay, so let's go hard Hilla. And then I can slowly make my way towards Seabell as my bind comes back up. Is this like emergency Meso? I wouldn't say it's quite emergency Meso. I plan to spend most of my Meso during Shining. It's just that instead of like having all that Meso visible, right? I prefer, yeah, it's like my piggy bank. Let's see it now. Let me check something real quick. Someone said they can't see the Culvert channel. Culvert. Okay. Sup Benny, sup Doobie, welcome back. Where's my pet on? Oh, my pet is dried up. Okay, let's see if I can get like a Hilla pet. Wait, I don't see a box. Did I really not get a box today? I actually didn't get a box. Huh, that's crazy. What are my nodes? All right, Jason. These are my nodes right now. I have fairly low nodes, and I only have 271 Star Force. If I get a bit stronger, I can start doing Lomian, but right now, because Pathfinder isn't the strongest class per se, I do want to fund it a bit higher. I think once I get around 15k stat or so, I'll be able to do like Lotus fairly comfortably. Right now, it would take me like I think like 10 minutes to get out of P1. This is so low funding for a bossing mule. Yeah. And I killed most of my bosses within half an hour, so that gives me about 860 mil. So that's about where I earn my Mesos right now. Like, it's hard to fund a character, right? So, like, I really try my best to show people that you don't need a lot of nodes. How much Mesos you have so far, Jay? I have about like 58 bill saved up. Okay, it's on the side. Okay, safe. Show gear after? Alright, sounds good. I'll show gear again after. I definitely showed it at the beginning of the video. I'm having this recorded for YouTube right now. Oof. But yeah. I'm gonna have a little bit of each class. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. How much nodes should I dump on a boss mule? Like 200 each, and I should be fine or more. So I am literally budget. Like, you just see, like, I think I put like no more than 300 nodes. I try to put event nodes. I try to take advantage of like event stuff. So I'm actually, my bossing mules are quite underfunded. The main thing that's carrying me right now is the fact that I have 8k Legion. Alright. Killed Hard Hilla. Killed Cvel. Let me finish speed running the rest of the bosses, and I can show you the gear at the end, because I want to make sure I use the rest of my G skills. So just trying to take advantage of it while I can, because I want to make sure I finish all my bosses within my one set of G skills. Rounds are still on. She has her shield on. All right, there you go. Okay, so the next boss I plan to do is Pierre. Hey Jed, welcome back to the stream. Just made it in time for bossing mules. Working on my Pathfinder bossing right now for the week. Okay, Cygnus, so let's go back and deal with Pierre. So the only problem I have with Pierre is I have to cancel my Raven until he's low enough. I go nap, be back later? Alright, sounds good, Jed. See you back in a bit when you're back from your nap. Okay. Dead. I full bursted clown. It was overkill, but I didn't want to deal with split. The only problem I'm gonna have is that without autopot, queen's a little difficult. I have to like literally spam my potions. See, tomorrow's gonna gonna be rough. Just gonna use some totems. Alright, sounds good, Benny. Yeah, we got a back pet from this past week, so go ahead and take advantage of that, man. Ooh, shit. I don't know if I have time to squeeze a totem before bed. Alright, almost done. 2 more bosses to go. It's just the Queen left and then Chaos Pink Beam. Is he gonna do that thing? Yep. Okay. Doing his little tornado. It's dead. Alright. Let's go fight the Queen. Let's see. I got 7 droplets and 21% and 1.4 bill. Nice. Good gains. Alright, let's go slay the Queen. Oh shit, my barrier went off. I thought I still had the barrier. I was wrong. I can tank the breath in the barrier, but I didn't pay attention to the cooldown. I probably should have popped it later. Not gonna lie, I have no idea what Pathfinder does. You know, it's fine. Pathfinder is pretty interesting, at least for bossing. I think it's fairly strong for what I have it at. Okay, let me go to Pink Bean. So I'll show you guys my gear after. I'll show my nodes again, show my stat, legion, links. But I only have 1 boss left. Chaos Pink Bean, and then I can sell my crystals. Yeah, it's stronger than my Dark Knight. Do you mean your own Pathfinder, Jason, or you mean mine? This is going to be annoying. My Pathfinder is stronger than your Dark Knight. I see, I see. You want to see low funded bossing mules? This is me, man. This is all I know how to do. Living life on the budget in Maple. I don't really have a choice, but I make it work. Oh no. Excuse me. I had a small cough. I don't think bossing mules need to be funded super high. And you don't need to like one-shot the bosses to be like cost efficient, right? Like you saw my Akechi run was like 10 minutes without links. So it took me a total of 26 minutes to kill all the bosses except CPAP up to Akechi. So that puts me at a hourly efficiency of 1.9 bill if I have like 2 Pathfinders equally funded. So that's my current efficiency. And since I will be doing bossing on another character, you'll see me probably finish earning the rest of that. So let's get rid of that. Yep, 860. Still have my G skills up. Less than half an hour and I already earned 860. So to go through my gear again. So let me show my nodes. I don't even have rank 20. Rank 20 would have been nice because I would have had additional crit rate. I needed Erdebind just because it's really hard to burst on Pathfinder without a bind. It's just level 1, which is good enough. So I just alternate through strong and weak bosses to make sure I get the most out of my Erdebind. I focused on Cardinal Dolge, Cardinal Burst, since I'm using that most of the time to DPS. Raven Tempest, of course, since the tornado is a huge amount of damage. Nova Blast was important, but the thing is, I use this more like an iframe. I try to use it when I can burst, but for harder bosses like Akechi, I do use it as an iframe more. And then let's see, Relic Unbound. I think I do, yeah. So I use this skill when I'm bursting, and then my barrier as well. And then if you want to just see my stat, it's boosted with G skills. So 3, 9, 8, 9, 9, 2 in my hyper stats. 12.6k stat. Roughly 3-ish mil range. Damage percent, final damage, IED. So I have two 30% IED fams, and that puts me at 93%. Crit damage is pretty high. Boss damage is actually it's higher because of this. And then that's pretty much it. 12.6k is a lot. Yeah, but I pretty much low funded this. I spent a lot on DMT. But I spent 7.5 bill total on DMT, but that was just to roulette my characters to unique. But I was already clearing like up to Akechi at 10k stat, 10-11k stat. I think if you look at my old progression video, you can see how strong it was at that time without link skills. But here's the gear. Superior gear, 4-set superior. Took me a while to get this, but made it through. Reinforced ring, decided to get reinforced ring, second ring. Silver blossom ring. I do want to replace this with a event ring. I didn't capitalize on a previous event, so I might use one of the other event rings, or I might do the princess no pre-quest and replace that slot. Synergy ring, this is going to be a perm 4th slot. I'm not going to swap this out at all because I just want to keep the synergy ring on my bossing mules. I have a okayish cape. I mean, not cape, cup. It's 36 dex with 5 attack. As I kill more pink beans, it'll get better, but I mean, all my bossing mules have high enough alchemy to fuse cups right now, so I slowly will get there. Superior pendant, 12 stars. Fake Dominator, Real Absolab weapon. I did put a Magnificent Soul as a lower tier Magnificent Soul that gives me additional IED. And then of course I just got some decent attack, some boss damage, and all that in there. So it was a pretty good flame, and I decided to keep it there. 16 starred my superior belt, 2-line dex. I have a really solid dex flame on here. It was just really lucky. I didn't plan to go for this, but I would have settled for less. I would have settled for 8. So then here is my hat. Hat ended up tearing up to legendary from Meister cubes. So I just kept throwing Meisters until it 2-lined. This has a pretty decent flame. It's a 40 and 4. Then I have my condensed power crystal, which I tiered up during DMT. Has a 33 and 5 flame. I do not plan to do commercial on this, so I plan to be happy with this. I do want to re-roll all my unique 1 lines to unique 2 lines later, but I'll do that as I get more Master Craftsman cubes. So during the Pink Bean Yeti event, I didn't have Pink Bean unlocked on my Pathfinder yet. So to get my Pathfinder to start doing 3 doors, I decided at that time to cube this mark to legendary and just 2-line it. And it has a pretty good flame, a 44-6. I do want to replace this with the actual Black Bean mark so I can get the boss set, but I feel like I'm in no rush for it at the moment. Then I have 40 and 6 top, 17 stars. I randomly tapped this to 17 just because it was streaking, and I thought, why not? My cost on star forcing on this character overall was fairly cheap. So even though it was griefing, I was fortunate enough it went straight from 15 to 17. 16 pants, 60 and 4 plus 6 attack, 2-line dex. I have 1 line of dex on my Absolab shoes, which I foddered into, and then I tiered up during DMT. For my earrings, this was not DMT. This was done off event with Master Craftsman cubes until I found good 2-line dex. Has a solid 16 dex on it. Shoulders are really hard to do. I really want to get shoulders from Ranmaru, and Ranmaru just doesn't drop shoulders. So this is going to stay at 12 stars until the day I figure out I want to fodder, safeguard, or what I want to do shoulders, but this is always going to be the last item I work on. Do I fodder on events? Sometimes. Unfortunately, it's just sometimes. It's bad, but you know, I have moments where I'm like, I'm feeling good, and it just suns. Then my gloves, I tiered up during DMT all the way to legendary, got 8% crit damage. This was previously epic 1-line dex. And then WSE, so this is legendary. I did this off event. I didn't do this during DMT, but I thought, you know, legendary weapon and emblem fairly important. So Crystal Ventus badge, of course. And then for the medal, because I was fortunate enough to get enough Helix carries and I go straight to the head, I get this Phantom Forest Guardian medal from Golux, and it's a fairly good medal, with really little effort. So most of my boss mules have this sort of medal. And then for my secondary, on tier up during DMT, I got 1-line attack and 1-line boss. So this is why I have fairly high boss compared to normal. But I mean, in terms of what I'm going to do with this secondary, I'm not going to touch it anymore. It's pretty much done for me. I don't need to push it up any higher than it already is. Until I decide like it's too hard for me to clear Lotus and Damien, then I'll reconsider. But I feel like at the current pace I'm going at, I'll eventually clear it. Alright, so for my cape is unique, but there is no stat on it because I tiered it up during DMT. So this is one of the items I do want to re-cube on with Master Craftsman cubes, but I'll do that one step at a time. And then the last thing is I got a Fairy Heart last event just to get free 21% on here. Alright, sounds good. Hope you sleep well, Doobie. Thanks for redeeming stretch and posture check. 5, 10, 15 is going to be huge on this character. Send everything 16. Yeah. I won't send everything. I'll send some of the 15s just straight to 16. But anything 12 star, I don't need to touch unless I feel like I have the extra Mesa too. So it's just going to be like this for a while. And then if you look at the links, which I forgot to put on during Akechi, just the standard links for the most part. I don't run AB link. Instead, I run, I think it was unfair advantage instead of AB link. It was either that or this elementalism. But I mean, it's just one less thing for me to worry about.